Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Meeple has landed.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Vitruvian Meeple's production of Echoes of the Undying, a Cypher System fantasy campaign. I'm Trevor the Vitruvian Meeple, here again with Matt, Julie, Ray, Patrick, and ECAT. We're here for a third session in a row. I cannot believe it, knock on wood. We are back here with the entire cast to play Cypher System, our continuing campaign, Echoes. I'm doing great tonight. This is going to be fun. Our continuing campaign, Echoes of the Undying, and yeah, that's enough of an intro because let's just get started. Last time, as our intrepid heroes were traveling from near Riverhead up slightly north, mostly west to towards Verkbar Mount. In the small town of Red Hill, they encountered an odd phenomenon and discovered something called the Carrion Market, which was a magical fey trading post run by a malevolent-ish creature called the Carrion King. They managed to escape relatively unscathed. They managed to rescue the children that had gone missing and were being held captive there. And in return, they have promised to spread the word of the Carrion King and the Carrion Market far and wide to help the Carrion King attract new customers. So it's been a couple of days since that. You guys can all go ahead and reset your pools to maximum. And you are getting somewhat near the mouth or the source of the Spine River. So you're about halfway between Riverhead and the Cradle. And you're going through a region of some rolling hills, and everyone, let's see, everyone make me a perception check. I just want to see who's going to who gets the best on this. This is not worth putting effort into. This is just to see who notices something first. Or that could happen.
One of us is awake.
Okay, let's. Matt, you're still rolling privately, unfortunately. So, Zell, would you like to re-roll that? There you go, Matt.
Yep, just did.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a good night.
Would you like to re-roll, or would you like to take the one?
Oh, I will totally take the one.
Excellent. Okay.
We are entirely too early for me not to.
Okay, so now I have to go back and see what I actually rolled. Zahar is the high roll here with a 15. So you you get that itch on the back of your neck that you're being, at the very least, watched, if not followed.
Okay. I just sit up a little straighter, kind of, for lack of a better term, extend the spidey senses. Keep my eyes are constantly going.
Okay.
See if I can hear anything, just that
Yeah.
sense thing without trying to draw attention to the
Yep.
fact that I am now perked up.
You are now flying casual.
Yeah.
All right. Make me another perception roll, if you would. And we're actually going to give this one a difficulty. This one's going to be a difficulty 3. Okay. You are definitely being followed. It's at that middle distance where they're also looking like they're flying casual. They may just be someone else going in the same direction as you. They're not close enough that they're going to like overtake you momentarily. They're not far enough away that, we're not following you. Yeah, it's that right distance right in the middle that's kind of unsettling.
Right. I do the casual direct my horse either back or forward to slowly pass the word to whoever is next to me, which I'm assuming is Heward, to say, 3 of eyes behind us. Pass the word. So that he can then go surreptitiously tell everybody else, so it doesn't look like we're actually aware of them.
So you managed to pass the word, you believe, relatively innocently, innocuously, that was the word. And as day turns to afternoon, turns to evening, you do not find yourself in sight of any kind of village or farm or any kind of civilization. So unless you want to push on through the night, which of course has dangers of its own, you're going to be sleeping out under the stars tonight. Maybe, there are some trees, there is some foliage, so you could probably find some trees to bunk beneath. The weather, fortunately, is mostly sunny. There's a little bit of a crisp breeze, but not a whole lot. If it continues like this, it would actually be relatively pleasant sleeping weather. Well, okay, for everyone except Zahar. Zahar, if it's not 120 degrees, you're cold. So
Survival skill. The desert gets really freaking cold at night.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. So I use those survival skills to basically help set us up a small landing pad for the night.
Okay.
I take first watch, as I always do.
Okay. And because I still have it in my pocket, Zell. It is during your shift of watch. Make me a perception check, please. Difficulty 3. Nice. It is slightly eerily quiet. There are some insects chirping, but not as many as you are used to. There's no background noise of any kind of urban-esque environment. It's just short of eerily quiet. And behind you, not directly behind you, but probably about a decent distance away, you hear the snap of a twig underfoot.
So I very gently, very cautiously take the tip of my boot and nudge Zahar because I am absolutely certain that if I touch Zahar in any way that she would consider slightly inappropriate, she'd wake up instantly and murder me. So I'm just going to do that with the tip of my boot. Poke her like right at the top of her side there, just close enough to boob that she will instantly awaken and then realize I'm trying to signal her that somebody's,
I
sneaking
do.
up on her.
I instantly awaken. Look around. What's up?
I point at my ear and I point in the direction that I heard it.
Okay. We're gonna make this more difficult because you're still waking up. Make me a difficulty 4 perception check, Zahar. Nice. Yes, you even through the bleariness of mostly consciousness, you do manage to clock whoever has been following you. It is a single person. You can't really tell a whole lot about them, except that they're not very good at this.
I walk over and I kick Heward's foot for the wake alert versus slow to wake.
And I poke at Seraphina because I assume that Tick will wake up when Heward wakes up because they're probably still cuddling. That's my image now.
Right?
Yes. They'll just sleep near each other, and as the night weighs on eventually. So it's just like that eider-down comforter that Tick had at home. Just can't get enough of it.
I want the blanket.
What's it
That's
made
my
of?
arm.
What is it made out of?
Goose down. Yeah. The murder chickens. All right. So yeah, we can say that everyone is awake and at least somewhat alert. Seraphina.
Okay.
This is going to be an intellect check. It's going to be difficulty 2. Anything related to intuition or insight, or as they're so fond of putting it on Misfits and Magic, common fucking sense. But if not, it is also just a difficulty 2 intellect task.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
There we go.
You clock someone trying stealthily to approach the camp, not succeeding very well, and you smell burned grass. And I will say that because you are you can look out and you can see that where this person is standing, around their feet, it is very hot. And there's actually a little bit of burn there, enough that you can see that the ground is just slightly scorched under her feet.
Okay, well, that's weird. Somebody did not do terribly well in, their lessons on how to control their shit.
What are you going to do?
To assume that they actually had lessons.
Oh. Matt, couldn't quite hear you.
I said, bold of you to assume they had lessons.
True.
Um,
Like, okay, I do not a whisper, but a very hushed. There's somebody out there.
No shit.
Yes. Who is currently scorching the grass and the ground. They're standing on. I'm not sure if it is some sort of crazy ass, monster elemental thing, or some student who did not, has not learned how to control their shit. So I'm gonna try to gently, quietly approach the person who's coming with me. Okay.
Okay.
Want the Duck of Doom to come with you?
Duck of Doom?
That was I don't think we really do, but
Yeah.
but okay, if you want the
If the
Duck of Doom
wants and stuff,
I'll go.
basically,
I can talk to people.
Yep.
yes, no weapons.
If this person needs to get the snot kicked out of them, y'all are not far away.
Exactly.
let's lead with the face and the gentle kind of mage.
Yep. And as Seraphina, you bring up some, the equivalent of a torch.
Yeah.
And you see, looking like she is trying to hide in the grass, which you can now definitely see is scorched around her. She doesn't, but if she, she doesn't seem to be reacting to it. She is a young girl, probably around 17. She has a small pack. Her boots are incredibly worn. She doesn't look like she has any weapons, but she looks exhausted. Make Zell and Seraphina make me difficulty 3 perception checks. Nice.
I will take that.
Yep. You both recognize the expression on her face. She's been running from something.
Been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And she looks up at you, and Seraphina, her eyes land on you. So she is probably about 5'5", 5'6". Brown curly hair down to about her shoulders that kind of comes out in like that witch kind of thing. She, like I said, she looks tired. She looks like she's been walking through dust and dirt and whatnot all day. and probably not just today. Her eyes light on you, Seraphina, and you see something breaking through that is somewhere between recognition and hope. And Zell, she looks at you, and she honestly doesn't have anywhere near the amount of reaction that you would expect. You can tell that as once she saw Seraphina, her mind is going. So she clocks you and Howard. Howard, she does do a double take on you because, Mallard.
Because duck.
Yeah.
That's what the duck.
Yep. But it's very obvious that she is focused. Her thoughts are focused on Seraphina.
Okay, I'm going to use understanding on her because we're going to shortly try to persuade her to sit down with us, have some food, and be calm and explain things. And she looks like she might need some assistance in doing that.
Okay. I forget. Yeah, you do have to roll for that.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the description doesn't say whether it's enabler or not. But
so basically,
okay.
Anytime you want to do something involving someone that they might not want you to do, that's considered grounds for a roll. And you make it.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, she looks tired, she looks scared. And she looks like right now she is wondering whether or not to trust you.
Okay. I'm going to use pleasant social interaction. I introduce myself, ask her what her name is, and if she would like to come and sit by our fire.
Okay. Make me a difficulty 2 intellect roll to be nice to her. So yes, pleasant social interaction.
Since I am there and I have the same skill, can I give her an asset for that?
You can give her 2 assets actually, because you are trained in that skill. So that brings it down below a 0. You can.
I'm rolling anyways, just
Okay.
because I already had the dialogue on box
Okay.
up. So
That's all right. Yeah.
Give yourself the 2 assets.
I did. I rolled.
Yep.
Oh my God.
What was that?
God, you had the assets.
That's why you keep me around.
Yep.
I am useful occasionally.
She's got those sweet
So
Still not touching that.
assets.
okay. So what are you saying to her?
I'm Seraphina. This is my friend Zell. The big duck behind us is Howard. He's awesome, and there's 2 more people at the fire. If you want to come and sit and have something to eat and drink, you're safe.
Seraphina de Fiori?
Yes.
I've been looking for you. My name is Mira. You start to lead her towards the camp and the fire, and when she gets near the fire, she actually stops and balks for a second. And you can see Seraphina, again, you see around her feet, the dirt and the grass and whatnot that is underfoot, is scorched. What would you like to do?
When you get her seated, just basically pull up a bit. I'm going I'm going to assume that her ass is not going to set a log on fire. So I'm going to pull up a bit of like big log, tree stump, whatever. So
If
she can
we're
sit.
lucky enough, we might have a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do find a a a bit of a felled tree stump, that she sits down on it, and then like a moment later kind of remembers herself and jumps up a little bit out of the seat and looks behind her to the seat, very worried about something.
Okay, Mira,
Hmm.
why are your shoes scorching the grass?
I was hoping you could tell me. Started about 3 months ago. Small things, candle flared, blankets caught fire. 2 weeks ago, a barn burned down. They ran me out of my village. They called me cursed. Found my way to Montevara and heard about you. I came to find you. And you, Seraphina, you know exactly what she is describing. This is not, she's not afraid of the fire. She's afraid of what may happen to the person standing next to her when it happens. You have had that exact same conversation with yourself so many times. So many times. And you see so much of yourself reflected in her. What was it like the first time that something went up in flames around you without your control?
Without my control?
Yes. Like before you started having any training?
Yeah. There we go. When I was in my mid-teens, just a little bit younger than Mira, the town, we've got people bringing in livestock, for slaughter, tradespeople coming through, and for the most part, never any issues. But by the time she was in her mid-teens, she had, developed into a very lovely young woman and started, unwelcome attention. And a couple guys tried to, tried the verbal, catcalling, stuff. She ignored them. Then they made the mistake of grabbing her. And she kind of flared out, kind of a combination of what eventually became her fire barrier and onslaught abilities. Just a basically get off of me thing. And didn't burn them badly enough to permanently harm them, but it was enough that her parents were like, we have to have a talk. Because prior to that, it had always just been, candle fire, cook fires, nothing destructive.
So you flash back to this memory, and when your attention returns to the present, you look at her and your heart breaks a little bit, because you can tell by looking at her that she did not have even the level of support that you had. She is on her own. She does not know what's going on. What are the rest of you doing?
I stay in the shadows. Quiet. Sword pulled but not activated.
Okay.
Sherrod is digging through his pack, looking for a small bottle of the secunjamin concentrate,
Syrup.
the syrup that he's been saving from Saga, and is going to mix up a hopefully a fairly cool, soothing draught, and then going to grab Zell by whatever available appendage is there. I can't remember if he has
Horns,
a
tail.
tail,
Yeah, I can't remember.
He does have a tail.
third leg if he's really unlucky, and hand him the cup to give to the
Hey,
little
some people pay
girls.
for that third leg.
Yeah. Because Hereward is self-aware enough that he knows that he's not a comforting sight.
Well, and ducks are flammable.
Yeah.
And I have to write that one down.
And ducks are
And ducks are flammable. All right. Ray, what is Tick doing?
Tick is staying in the background because he recognized, well, first of all, he's got his glasses on, so he can see decently, and has just been observing the impact. Like he hears, okay, yeah, talk, but like is looking at the burn patterns, is the extent, the range, and having been with the group, he is like thinking of, all right, so they're making tea, and it's like Tick's actually thinking about what could he contribute, but again, looks around like everything is flammable. So without any initial further insight, he's just kind of staying back. He desperately like wants to do something because his hands have been still for way too long, and he's itching to make something, but is just like in his quandary. It's he just all self-contained. He's like staying out of the way.
So between your goggles and the fact that she has now come close enough to the fire, that you all can get a good look. I mean, the face claim here is basically Mirabelle from Encanto, but like a few years older. All the way up to the glasses that are just the wrong fit for her face.
Yeah, but Tick could totally,
Oh,
fix
yeah.
that issue.
Oh, yeah. And she goes on to say that, and this is something, Seraphina, that you strikes you as just a little bit odd. Is that you were at least a few years younger than her when your power started to manifest, and it was mostly like anything massive was like trauma induced.
Yeah.
She, first of all, is, like I said, is a few years older than you were, and there doesn't seem, she doesn't talk about anything particularly traumatic. When you ask her about the barn, she has no clue why it happened. Nothing, like I said, there was nothing traumatic. And in fact, afterwards, when she was branded as cursed and thrown out of her village, you would think that kind of trauma would, pun fully intended, spark something. But no. So it's if she has similar magic to yours, it is behaving very differently.
Mira, do you remember lighting fire to the barn? Like, are there blank spaces where?
No, I was just standing there, and then it caught fire. I didn't do anything. You have to believe me. I didn't
Believe you. I'm just trying to make sense of what's going on.
And yeah, you know, as you spend more time with her, and your senses kind of open up, kind of despite yourself. Her magic is somewhat similar to yours. The fact that it is also fire based, obviously, gives you a good bit in common. But it tastes different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is she a celestial?
How would you like to go about finding that out?
I've known Seraphina for a good long while,
Mhm.
and I'm familiar with the fact that celestials are vastly different from infernals like myself. So I'm kind of hoping I have a bit of a nose for it. As to, some key difference between a celestial and a regular human. Aside from, the occasional halo or whatever it is that happens with them that makes them marvelous. Or if, for instance, perhaps she shows any signs of being like me, which would mean that her magic would be different.
So you don't have any kind of magical knowledge, do you?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Then, I mean, you are. I mean, neither celestials nor fiends like radiate an aura of I am different unless they choose to. And so if she belongs to one of those two categories, then either she has not developed that ability yet, or she is not doing it, or she doesn't know how to turn on, or whatever. But you're not getting any otherworldly vibes from her.
Okay. Because Zell at least goes under the assumption that Seraphina's fire abilities are intrinsic to what she is, more so than anything else, but much as his own abilities. Yeah, the closest thing he has to magic is his conjuring ability, but he hasn't told anybody that he's done that yet. So maybe someone will find out the hard way.
Zahar. Are you just standing there, just waiting for something to jump out of the shadows, or what are you doing?
See, I'm just, I'm being the guard.
Okay. Are you? It would make sense to me that you are also paying attention to her, because if something's going to happen.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm being silent bad cop.
Okay. I would like you, please, to make me a difficulty 4 magical knowledge check.
So it's just intelligence, right?
Yep.
No.
Lovely.
I've been around.
Yeah.
You have a clue.
You know your magic that is was flows from Arashki. You've come to understand Seraphina's magic, which is a part of just who she is as a creature. Mira's is different. Mira's was gifted to her. Or should I say, imposed upon her.
She is cursed.
Which leads you to the very disturbing conclusion that someone is making magic users without their knowledge.
Can I detect? I'm looking through. Hold on, let me see what these are. I'm gonna go back and look at my skills. I don't know if through blessings of the god, one of them, one of the three I have, I can kind of almost pinpoint either where this, if there's something tethered to, like a magical tethering to her, either from external or internal, that I can almost use my protection spell, my blessing of the god's protection, and put her in a bubble to block off whatever it is. Can I tell if that's something that, or if it is like, no, you've got a dark mark on you that has to be gone before this goes away?
Make me another intellect check, and this one's going to be a 5.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Okay. You can't tell. You could use the ability on her if you wanted. It is not something that would be, it is something that she would notice. So it's not something you can do really stealthily.
I'm going to wait then.
Okay. What is Howard doing?
Dealt with the drink. He is trying to, and probably failing miserably, to make himself somewhat innocuous,
Okay.
or at least non-threatening, and sort of getting the mixed vibes from Seraphina and
Zahar.
Zahar, like that.
Zelhar. Yeah.
Zelhar. So he's probably, even though he's trying to radiate calmness, probably doing the opposite. Though
Okay.
he's not intentionally doing that. He's trying to actually stay out of things, but be aware, and he may be sticking his webbed foot in things unintentionally.
Okay. Please make me a difficulty 2 intellect-based check. Anything having to do with deception or pleasant social interactions or anything like that.
Well, inability and pleasant.
Then, yep.
Yep.
Can you
Yep.
avoid being an asshole?
No. Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
He can shut his mouth, so hopefully that'll work.
Well, that is what he's doing,
Yeah.
but his body language may betray him. I said roll. Thank you. Ooh.
So close.
So close, but
So as you are you are attempting to be innocuous, and
And, it's like making tea. And as soon as the whole, this gift imposed on her thing comes out, like he just grips the cup a little too tightly and it shatters.
Yep.
Sort of spraying hot tea everywhere. Uh,
and Mira is taken aback and is back on her guard. Specifically, Howard, for you.
Figured as much.
And Seraphina,
Yes.
what are you doing? You have not. I'm assuming Zahar has not said anything about.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I basically tried to stay in the shadows, so she may or may not see me.
Yeah. Make me a difficulty 2 speed check, stealth related, stealthy, hiding, what have you.
I believe that's one I don't have. I have intimidation, but not.
That would go poorly here.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we'll just do a speed check because I ain't got anything else.
Okay. Yeah, you are. Either because you are being stealthy enough or because she's pretty preoccupied. If she has taken notice of you, she does not indicate that.
Air is hush.
Make me, Zahar, make me another intellect check difficulty 4. Magic-esque related stuff. As you continue to look at her, the hairs on the back of your neck are standing up again. And you can tell that, like, as you see like the little licks of flame that come out from her every once in a while, the edges of the flame are dark. And you begin to have a suspicion.
I step out. I clear my throat and just say, Fina.
Yes.
And I just motion for her to come towards me.
Stand up. Right back.
So since Fina gets up and I heard Zahar, like, oh, okay. So I'm going to totally distract her with some food and drink.
Okay.
And just kind of doting on her a bit, like, oh, you look like you haven't eaten enough. So here, have some cheese, and here's some nuts. And
Lendra is also kind of older sistering her. So she's good. And the camera goes to Zahar and Seraphina.
That is not natural magic around her. Look closely at those flames. Look at the tips.
Can I use my my magic training to be able to get a better idea as I'm like what's going on?
And
yes.
I've actually said that in Celestial to kind of hope that she hasn't caught on to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will give you some information for free, Fina, but make me a difficulty 4 magic knowledge type roll.
Or throw in. Oof.
Okay.
So close.
Yep. Okay. That doesn't actually cost you any points because we didn't affiliate that to intellect, but that's okay.
Okay.
Because yeah, you have an intellect edge of 3. So you do see that it's there's definitely kind of a tinge of darkness around the edge of it. Something is very not right. Even given the fact that this was apparently imposed upon her by some kind of outside force. If you had to guess, you would say that it was not. It certainly doesn't seem like it was done with her knowledge or consent.
Sahar, I'm not always good at being able to recognize when people are full of it.
She is
Are
not
you getting any sense that she is not telling us the truth?
Do I?
Difficulty to intellect check. Detect lies or similar would help here.
See through rhetorical ruse designed to evade the issue.
Yes, that would be lovely. That would be perfect.
As that as bullshit detector.
Yep.
Basically.
Yeah. Whereas I.
Okay. Why is that cost? Okay, that should not have cost you might points. That was an intellect task, but that's okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then can I take back the might points because it would have been
Yes.
0 intellect?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Clicked on the wrong thing, I guess. You do not. Your bullshit detector is not. Well, okay. Your bullshit detector is kind of going off, but it's not coming from her. It's coming from the magic around her.
Okay. She does not lie. This was put on her. And it's dark.
When I get my hands on whoever that was, we're going to have words. Lots and lots of very, very, very bad words.
As if you will have time to share words.
Sign language.
I don't know who did it. I can suspect what. But that is Dark Flame.
What is your suspicions as to
the Dark One? The followers of the Dark One. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Zahar, make me another. Actually, Zahar and Fina, make me difficulty for intellect, magic, knowledge type checks. Zahar, let me see what you got here. How do you not have knowledge about?
Okay. Yeah. All my magic.
Okay. I'm a God-given thug.
Literally.
Yeah. My magic training is actually it's an enabler.
So that's
which.
that just means you're trained. So what
I'm
that ability
trained.
does is it makes you trained in
Yeah.
magical knowledge stuff. So
Okay.
under your skills, you should have something resembling magical knowledge stuff.
Yeah, we never got around to putting that in. Well, I've got research, which I put together, which was
I'm not gonna say research. What we can do,
no.
make an intellect roll, but make yourself trained in it, and we'll go and alter your sheet later.
Okay.
Excellent.
Love having an edge of 3.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Hey!
Yay, I have a clue.
A pair of 14s. Yes. This what you. It kind of hits you at the same time as. Remember how I said it tastes different from your magic?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of get that. You have that kind of metaphysical taste in your mouths, and it hits you at the same time what it's reminding you of. And you both look at each other in that moment of realization. It reminds you of the desecrated temple in Kosh.
Oh, well, shit.
Fuck.
Well, you know that something did that. Looks like whatever it was is traveling further afield than,
Where did she say she came from?
She was from one of the. Where did I say she was from? Come on. She is from not one of the villages right around Kalva, but if you go clockwise from Kalva around the inland sea to that little river there that doesn't have a name yet because I didn't think it would be important. She is from
one at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is from I don't know the name of the town. She is from Portsmouth, which is actually a small fishing and farming village that is actually at the mouth of that river where it empties into the inland sea.
I look at Fina. I'm going to continue as if I do not understand what she is saying
Okay.
and speak through you. And I turn to Mira and just go and basically say, "Child, have you been to any temples recently?" But all kind of grumpy looking.
No. No, I don't. We don't observe religious practices as per the law of the empire. And at this point it looks like she is like reciting propaganda that she's been told time and time again. There is no god but the emperor, there is no temple but the citadel.
Arbiters of the imperial law, child. No, here where it says that.
Okay. And I mean she is flustered enough that it is easy to tell that she is not lying.
Anyone from the Citadel come to your village recently.
No.
How long ago did this start happening with you?
Just a few weeks. Not even a moon.
Then
So how long has it been since the temple at Kosh? Because, you know, in real time, it's been almost a year.
Oh, man.
Been a while.
Right?
Game.
I'd say it's been about a week and a half-ish. 10 to 12 days.
Kind of around the same time.
If you're asking her to be more specific,
No, I mean you.
oh,
So what did this happen roughly the same time as what the shit that went down in the temple?
and Kosh, if in order for those timelines to match up, she would have had to discover her power and either book some kind of passage to Kosh, or she would have had to hoof it, which would have taken her most of that time to get to Kosh in time to do whatever was done to the temple, and then get out and get here to find you.
I'm not saying, okay, I'm not being clear. Okay. I'm not saying she's doing it.
Got it, okay.
The thing that happened to her happened at roughly the same time as stuff in Kosh.
No. From what you got, well,
relation rather than causation.
Yeah. It looks like there's about a week to a week and a half difference.
Her first, then us. Yeah. Okay.
Which would put it around the time that all of the bullshit went on with us at Riverhead.
Yeah. Any dreams, child?
Did she live downstream from Riverhead?
No. So she's Riverhead is at the source of the Moldwarf River. She is at I'll think of a name of the river. She is at the mouth of the Rock River, which is the little one, like I said, coming off the eastern side of the inland sea. So no, she's nowhere near Riverhead.
All right. Okay.
Howard, you were asking if she'd had any bizarre dreams?
Yeah. Anything untoward? Bizarre dreams. Found some old ruins while farming. Start of your menses.
She does blush at that. And is somewhat taken aback at the bluntness.
Pleasant social interactions.
Inability, there you go. Yep, love it. Thank you. Dreams, but only after this started, and nightmares of burning my home, burning my family, everything I love.
Distant a little bit, you can see reliving.
Matt, we're having a lot of trouble hearing you.
Sorry. Any better?
Nope.
No.
Still shitty. Now? How about now?
Better, yeah.
Okay. This headset is
Kaputski
has decided to die.
Here we go.
Yep. Now you're coming in loud and clear.
All right. Where were we before we
she had she was saying that she had dreams, but only after this started, and it was mostly nightmares of her burning the things that she loved, which strike even you as completely understandable given what's been going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also given his history, what I was saying is his eye goes a little unfocused
Okay.
as those memories sort of don't overtake him, but come up
Okay.
of the burning of Drakeberg. It's like, yes, I know that fear quite well. But nothing
Yeah.
you know of that.
You're cutting
But
out again, Matt.
can't win, can't
Right.
roleplay.
Yep.
Okay.
3 laws of thermodynamics. You can't win, you can't break even,
Yeah.
and you can't quit the game.
But yeah, I mean, there's something could have basically done whatever basically cursed her and set things off in Riverhead and then got into Koch. I mean, it's a fairly straight line. Between the three in that timeline. So
she looks kind of between the group of you as you're talking about this. What do you mean? What timeline?
we just we are pretty sure that basically yes. Okay, yes, you're cursed. We may or may not be able to fix it, but I can teach you how to control stuff. It'll be fine. That someone or something did some other stuff, starting with you and traveling along and doing things in a couple other locations.
So when you say that you can't make it go away, again,
Well,
you're
I said, well, okay, maybe not. Not sure yet.
yeah, it's so once again your mind flashes back to the temple and the cleansing ritual that you did. It is certainly, it may be possible for you to, because your magic is close enough to is similar enough to hers,
Yeah.
that you might be able to reach into that connection and use it to sever the tie to whatever the malevolent force is. And again, I mean, you're having a little trouble concentrating. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and make that like GM intrusion opportunity. Not there. GM intrusion to Seraphina.
Give that to Zahar, since we're doing a bit of a shared brain thing, thing on this magic stuff.
So you are you're having some trouble concentrating because this is really hitting you hard. This could have been you very easily.
Exactly.
And especially like right after, no more than a couple days after you almost being willing to sacrifice yourself for the kids in the carrion market. this is, you know, your heart is breaking for this girl all over again. And she looks at you, you catch her eye, and just the look of complete helplessness, and just her eyes are pleading with you to do something. When you talk about when you talk about, you know, maybe well, okay, so what, you know, what are you going to tell her? You know, sorry, go ahead, finish your plans, and then let me know what you're going to tell her. Yep.
Okay. So, Mira, just sit, have something to drink, have something to eat, and relax. I know it sounds silly, but literally just breathe in, breathe out. Just try to stay calm. We are going to confer off to the side and try to come up with some semblance of a plan.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
She kind of reluctantly nods. She's just... you don't think she has any fight left in her. She's been running for so long.
Oh, wow.
She's wiped out. She's done.
Yeah.
She's past done. And she ran all this way to find you.
And it's a lot to bear.
For her and for you.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, okay, let's talk through the timeline, traveling, basically do the travel math. I think it is theoretically possible for whatever I'm just gonna call it was that did this to her to then go on to Riverhead and on to Kosh.
Agreed. Wave to the boys
Yeah.
to come join us in this conversation, but motion to Zell's little follower person to stay with Mira.
Yep. She looks at you, and like even before you get too far into it, she, you know, smiles and nods knowingly. That had already been her plan.
Yeah.
Give the quick and dirty to the three.
So I cleansed the temple using a massive amount of fire, and I don't want to miscalculate and incinerate the poor kid because
we're not the
Yeah.
bad guys here.
yeah.
Oh.
Tick, yes, please.
Tick wants to roll. There's your problem.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Ellie.
that will be a difficulty 5. Intellect check. There's your problem will absolutely apply.
Gonna throw in a level of effort.
Nice. And your intellect edge is 3, so that doesn't actually cost you anything. Okay. So you have a couple of options. Seraphina and Zahar working together could potentially cleanse whatever the corruption is. Which I'm gonna I'm going to narrate a little bit and say you've got your little scanner out and you're scanning her as this is going on. That's also what's helping.
That's a vision.
Put her out.
It's possible that you could basically suppress the power entirely, which would actually probably be easier, but would also leave her without access to the magic at all. It's also
yeah, I would say and that route leaves her incredibly vulnerable to whatever.
Yeah. You could possibly take her someplace safe where she could get some training. But Seraphina, I mean, the only place that you would know to take her would be Montevara, which is considerably out of your way. And especially if Zell has been tagged, as it seems to be given to him and Kosh, going that close to Calva might not be a good idea.
Yeah.
So you've got a few options. The cleansing one is going to be the most difficult, but is probably the best for her.
Yeah. Because
Yep.
Nope.
And
Lost Matt.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're waiting for Matt.
Yep.
To pop back in. Right back.
Okay. I have no idea how much of the Girl of Ipanema we can use without running into copyright issues. I have no idea if it's public domain or not. And I don't have a "we'll be right back," technical difficulties thing set up for the stream yet, which would be hilarious. We could do that.
Mm-hmm.
We need a splash screen for that with some bad music.
Yep. And
Ooh.
Video was updating and just rebooted his machine without permission.
I love computers.
Right?
Asterisks. I'm so glad I picked a career in computers so I can deal with their bullshit day and night.
Mm-hmm.
You're dinging.
Ding off.
The party looks over at Hereward, and there's just the little spinning beach ball.
Howard's gone by.
But I'm
You gone. What have you got left?
Coffee. Yes, have some.
Anyway, Dick, you got any ideas?
All this magic stuff. Yeah. That
Now,
really kind of freaks me out, if you want to know the truth. I've just learned to live with it. Y'all seem to know what you're doing, which I'm thankful for that. If I could get my hands on it, I would know better what my opportunities were and what I could do and what I would need in order to fix it.
It's not a physical thing.
Are we sure about that? That it can't be pulled out of her?
Wait a second.
I mean, remember we
hold-
fought things
wait.
that have been possessed. Maybe?
Okay,
Well, I could
There-
scan.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking that if this is something that we could actually like basically pull out of her as a physical thing, maybe with some sort of construct tick that you can make, that we could actually put the whatever this cursing is into this physical object so that it can't, so we're not potentially letting it loose if we're not able to actually destroy it. Because why, yes, yeah, that Ghostbusters reference just totally,
So Tick looks around, because the first thing he thinks of is like, well, there's the crystal,
Mhm.
but he doesn't want to mess with that
Yeah.
at all. So with his glasses on, he's looking across the terrain. Are there any what is he seeing? You said there's like a couple of trees.
Yeah, you are in wilderness. You are in a mostly a grassy plains with some rolling hills, and small copses of trees. Every now and then, you're not in the forest by any stretch of the imagination, but tree's gonna tree. So,
So, oh goodness. Could it be assumed that in Tick's bag of light tools that there is a certain, I guess, pick like element, something sharp-ish that could pierce the ground?
um,
Uh, I have climbing tools.
yeah.
Tick scurries over to Zahar's. Can I borrow that little pickaxe, please?
And I hand it down to him.
Tick goes to the closest tree and about 10 to 15 feet away from it.
Okay.
And he starts to like just dig and poke. And he wants to reach some of the shallow root systems because the roots will typically anchor themselves around rocks. And he's looking to find a rock. Something not quite a gnome head in diameter.
All right. Sure. Let's make this. We're gonna make it an intellect check. And this is. It's not going to be easy. This is a difficulty 5.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But he's onto something, and he hasn't been onto something in a while.
Okay.
So throwing in effort.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, you happen upon okay, so actually that's gonna take you a while.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the rest of the group. While Tick is digging in the dirt, what are the rest of you doing? Mira is looking she's looking a little concerned. I mean, she knows obviously that you're talking about her.
Once Tick breaks off to start doing whatever utter madness he's coming up with, and the fact that Seraphina and Zahar seem to have a plan that may involve whatever madness
beginnings
Tick
of
is coming
plan.
up with, I'm going to go back over and keep her occupied and generally soothed and taken care of. One of the things I'm going to try to see is like, do you need to sleep? Because we can set up a, like we can dig a trench such that if you set the ground around you on fire, it'll only go so far. We can do that. Because she looks like she's had a rough time, and like
she has had a very rough time, but you can tell she is starting to get frustrated at being talked about instead of talked to.
So I'm going to ask her the most obnoxious question of all is, do you still want this? Or would you prefer it be gone entirely?
I don't, no, it's I mean, it's no matter what it is, it's mine. It's no, this is, even if it's, I don't know if it was given to me or something was awakened. I don't know, but it's, I mean, this is part of me now, and I just want to control it.
That makes sense. Very much. I understand that. They start, regaling her with fine tales of, slowly transforming over time in ways that people don't really appreciate, but it's very much part of who you are.
Yep. Back to Fina and Zahar. What kind of plans being cooked up here?
Kind of having sort of heard the conversation, but it's that din off in the corner.
Mhm.
There he's having it,
Yeah.
but I picked up the gist of it. First and foremost, we need to determine if she even wants help. I mean, she's come here for help,
No.
but
Yeah.
what kind of help does she want? But
Yeah.
as far as I am concerned, she is being tainted by the Dark One. Which, my calling.
Yeah. I mean, the
But-
fact that she's showing, she's has, massive amounts of guilt for, any harm that she has caused due to not being able to control this. So,
Right.
okay.
So, Fina, in your desperate attempt to, take care of her, and not in the way that Zahar's talking about, you do actually kind of put two and two together. What is Zahar's calling? And I'm asking Seraphina this. Is it to destroy anything touched by the Dark One, or is it to destroy the influence and power of the Dark One? If it's that second, then cleansing the corruption out of the magic would fulfill that calling.
So basically, cleanse the corruption without removing it.
Without removing the magic. Yeah.
Without removing the magic. Yes. Okay. Turn around. Okay, Mira.
Yes.
You want to keep the magic. You just want to basically learn to be safe and not hurt yourself or anybody else.
Yeah, and
correct?
You were saying something about it being corrupted somehow?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Just snort.
No, it's not good, but it's totally not your fault. But if we work together basically based on different things that I can do versus what she can do versus what I point a tick, we think we might be able to remove the corruption part of the magic that makes it not quite right, and it would leave you with the magic and make it much easier for you to be able to basically follow the path that I did, which was I had to learn to respect and control.
So I'm gonna this is a bit of a spotlight moment for Seraphina, because she's just discovered this. She's been overwhelmed by it. She's still holding on to it. What do you tell her about what it's like to carry that kind of power? What do you share with her in this moment?
I'm totally not going to channel Uncle Ben from Spider-Man.
Why not?
But it's essentially that I don't. Growing up, I always had an affinity with fire. I would play with candle flames and the cook fire as I got older, and it wasn't until I was a few years younger than you are now that it was always the positive aspects of fire, bringing light, bringing warmth, cooking food. It wasn't until I was basically scared and traumatized that I saw the destructive side. And the first thing that my teacher Lorenza had me do was to learn how to breathe and to control the fire, control how I used it. So learning to protect myself with fire, with a halo, being able to, I worked my way up to being able to use it in a destructive way so that it was measured and controlled so that I would not hurt myself or anybody around me unintentionally. And I think that's, once we can get you sorted out, that is what will happen. It's, we can get you on that path too. So then you won't, have your shoes, singeing the grass around you, and you won't have to worry that, that if you fall asleep someplace, you're going to wake up and there's, if you want to retain the magic, then there's the responsibility of being able to learn how to control it and use it in a way that is positive. Because even when I use it to attack something, it's because it's a undead creature who is trying to kill me. To be blunt.
And again, you see her kind of wrestling with that burden, just like you did. And you see that same look of determination that was on your face when you decided that this was what you wanted to do, and that it was worth taking on that responsibility. You see that same look of determination on her face. I'm ready.
Okay. We are trying to figure out how to do this in a way that will not harm you. So I look at Zoe and Heward. Can you figure out a way for Mia to be able to lay down and get a little bit of sleep so that she doesn't have to worry that flammable?
Yep, that I've spoken to her about that.
Okay.
And at this point, she actually, again, she thinks about something. She looks at, no, I don't want to be asleep for this.
Oh, no. I don't want you to be asleep for this. It's the rest while we finish coming up with a bit of a plan as to how to do this. So then that way You'll be more awake to be able to actually participate in whatever we, and
you
what we
need your
come up with.
strength. You need to eat, you need to drink, you need to sleep. And we will watch over you while you sleep to make sure no harm comes to you.
She looks at you, Seraphina, and
Yeah.
there's a little bit of the petulance of youth. Promise me I will be awake.
What was that? I couldn't hear what you said, Trevor. Promise me.
Said, promise me that I will be awake.
Of course. You're not going to do anything without your consent. This is just everybody has to rest sometimes, and you have not had a chance to rest in a while.
And this beautiful moment is shattered by a squeaky voice from off in the corner. I found a rock!
So, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, Hereward is watching Tick dig. And he finally does the, I found a rock! Holds it up, and Hereward is like, now my knowledge of magic isn't very advanced, but correct me if I'm wrong, I thought all you needed was a vessel. And he's holding the empty bottle of Saganjaman syrup in his hand.
But I found a rock!
Is it
The
a pretty
exact
rock?
dimensions I was looking for! And he drops it deftly right between his feet. So it's a perfect rock foot. And feeling the sense of accomplishment and victory just sputter out like a balloon going. He looks at Harold. It's like, fine, Mallard. We'll try it your way first. But when that fails, and then, without breaking eye contact, he bends over again. I found a rock.
At least you have a pillow, half-man. And he just walks back to the campfire.
And Tick is just continuing to brush the dirt off of the rock.
Pretty rock.
And yeah, it's like, you don't listen to him. It's fine. I'll call him Wilson. No.
Oh my God.
Tick has a familiar, it's a rock.
So many copyright violations tonight.
I'll call him Dwayne.
Igneous.
Igneous.
As far as familiars go, it's not bad. It is capable of harming others in combat.
That's true.
Oh God.
Okay.
Okay. So hard. Do we need to actually put the corruption into something for you to destroy it? I don't know how your religious magic works exactly.
I usually kill them.
Fair, you know.
And I had a feeling you were going to say something like that. Hence the reason why I wanted to take a nap.
Back to Celestial so that poor Mira doesn't freak the fuck out. When I say they're usually dead by the time it comes to me.
Yes. Okay.
So we can try.
Yeah, I think actually trying to put the corruption into an inanimate object that then can be destroyed is probably as close to how your stuff works.
Guess is as good as mine.
Okay.
Okay.
So you two continue to make magical plans for how to do this. Mira gets a good hour or so of sleep.
Yeah, honing in on the corruption and figuring out how to like tease it out. And
Yep.
I'd prefer to pull it out on a slightly gentler side as opposed to ripping it from her, because
Yep.
that in itself is a bit of trauma.
Both of you make me difficulty 4 magic knowledge / intellect checks.
I know. Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, how mine works. It just does.
It just does.
Yeah. Seraphina, there's probably something where like you could come at it from both sides, kind of like you come at it from the fire and the actual magic side. If this is the influence of Ishun, if Zahar comes at it from like the I worship Arashki and be gone power of Ishun, it's possible that might be a decent way to meet in the middle.
Yeah. Sorry. Cat's being difficult. Aries, lay down. Yeah, no, actually, that makes sense. Okay, so, yeah.
Okay. So it is now the middle of the night. It's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You've roused Mira. And so tell me what everyone's doing here. Seraphina, obviously you're going to be involved in the cleansing ritual. Zahar, are you as well?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'd like take a moment to like kind of commune with Arashki as best I can.
Yeah.
Just get in the mindset of being there.
Game face.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm actually taking Maria through some basic breathing and centering exercises so that to help like slower heart rate and basically to help stay calm and focused.
Okay. What is Howard doing?
He realizes that he's probably not going to be able to do as much of an active participation as he did in the temple cleansing. Nonetheless, he is praying and offering a small offering to Waha, the god of the untamed flame, to help with this, or at least don't fuck it up.
Okay. Tequila.
After mutual consolation with the rock. He has Tequila has accepted his role of being backup vessel if needed or something, because again, not really his skill set, and so just gonna wait on the wings should a gadget need to be whipped up post haste.
And Zal.
I am going to stay near her to offer what comfort I can in the hopes that I can keep her from freaking out during all of this, and of course be ready to beat upon whatever it is that might spring out of this, including her. But I'm not letting her know that part.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Group intrusion.
Oh God.
Dun dun dun.
So everyone gets an XP. You can just give it to yourself.
That's
As you start the ritual, and what this is going to be is it's going to be a series again of graduated rolls. And what it will be is Seraphina and Zahar will both have to roll. We'll start at difficulty 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, finally 5. Both of you must pass the roll on the same turn in order to proceed to the next stage. Make sense?
yes.
Okay. And at the beginning of when you're doing this is when you hear a battle cry from off in the darkness. Everyone roll initiative, please. And you get, we actually get a combat gun, so we can actually do that. So that would be smart. Oh, because it adds. Perfect. Beautiful.
Oof.
Whew. Yikes. Okay. Yes, and this dude. There you go. Okay. So what you see is riding in on horses. It's you can't really tell like what color or much about them because again, 2:00 in the morning.
Tick is wearing his glasses.
Oh yes, he is. Okay, so in that case, you actually see there are 3 riders. 2 are in the front. 1 is in the middle behind them. The 2 in front are, well, they're human, or at least they're humanoid. But they look like they're smoldering and on fire. Not flaming, but like, they... And for a second you think maybe your glasses aren't working right because they look gray against the black of night. But no, that's just their, and they seem to be, it almost looks like steam rising, but it's probably some combination of smoke and like blown ash.
Kind of like bank coals.
Yeah. The one riding behind him, or behind them, is definitely human. And you can say, you guys are familiar enough with him by this point. He is wearing symbolism of Ishun. And I have a question. What is Taquito's sexuality?
We're gonna say he's cisnomish.
Not his gender, his sexual preference.
Oh, he is mostly on the hetero side, but definitely not. He's straight, but not narrow, and
Okay.
actually, he's definitely with the top quartile. Not 100%, but not. He's not enough bi to be like confusing or whatever. But
Okay. In that case, make me a difficulty 3 intellect defense roll.
oh boy. As if on cue.
Oh, good lord.
You're thinking with the gnome hat. Don't do that.
Tick, you are caught by surprise here by just how very, very pretty this man is. Like for the modern reference, think like Bishonen anime, but next order of magnitude up. He's so pretty. He's so very, very pretty. And with that, we will go to Zahar.
Oh wait, I got it. He's not quite an equation, meaning he's not very binomial.
There you go.
Thank you.
Noma flexible.
Metronomish.
Yep. So, Zahar, the ritual has started. Honestly, you're not sure what would happen if you stopped at this point.
I'm not going to.
Okay. Then I need you to make me a difficulty 1. That's difficulty 1 for you. Let's do this. Okay, difficulty 1. Make me a difficulty 1 intellect roll. Again, this is magic, this is religion, kind of thing. Okay. The agent goes next. And he kind of waves his hand in the air. And
Nothing.
His hand is surrounded by kind of that same flame with the dark at the edges that you are now seeing, and you see like Mira's eyes blaze with the same thing. And Zell, you said you're trying to comfort her and keep her calm?
I am.
Okay. Make me a difficulty 4 persuasion type roll.
All right. Okay. Well, I will have Lendra assist me with that. Should give me 1 asset, I believe.
Yep. Nice. Okay. Yeah, you are you can tell that the agent is basically trying to induce a flare up in her power. You manage to keep her calm, but it is not by much. The two riders, let's see, who's... I'm going to say that they, Howard, I think, was probably in tune enough that he was able to get up and out in front. So they are going to both attack Howard. One second. Oh, no, okay. No, I had them at the wrong thing. Okay, so it is actually Zell's turn next. They are wrong place. Weird. Okay. So Zell, it is your turn.
Okay. So does she seem to be still calm?
For now.
Okay. I have Lendrick keep an eye on her. And I'm going to turn around and square off against these fuckers.
Okay.
Okay. And right now, we just have Howard squaring off against them, correct?
They are still riding in, but yeah, it looks like they are making a beeline for Howard. What are you going to do?
Okay, in that case, I am going to inspire aggression in Howard.
Love it. Okay.
Like, man, you're the man. You're the one that's going to keep all this from going through from the looks of it. Let's see. Let's give it a roll and see how well I do that.
No, you don't have to roll for this.
Fabulous. Okay. So you have an asset in your combat for the next minute.
Yep. Now it's their turn, and they're going to... They don't get to Howard yet. They each throw miniature fireballs. And I need Howard, Zell, and Tick to make me difficulty 3 speed defense rolls.
Go.
Wow.
Okay. Howard and Zell, you each take 3 might damage. Tequila, you take 1. This is an area effect.
Is that 3 base or 3 with the armor?
3 before armor.
Oh,
Okay.
that is very important. Only got so much might.
And then I need to do that again because there are 2 of them.
So roll again?
Yeah.
And okay. I got 1.
Okay. Howard and Tick, you take 3 points of damage. Zell, you take 1.
And the 1 armor does not negate 1 damage, correct?
Not for fire damage now.
Okay.
Yeah, this does ignore armor. And that makes it... that makes it Howard's turn.
Okay. As the fireballs and the smell of burning feathers hits his nostrils,
Yep.
It's time for frenzy.
Okay. All right. You spend your action friend. I think is it an action or is it an enabler? I don't remember.
I think it's frenzy.
That's an enabler.
Okay.
Okay, so that doesn't take your action. You're nice and frenzied now, and you've got the asset from Inspire Aggression. What would you like to do?
Well, they've just gotten my undivided attention. So where are they actually?
They are right now at a short distance away. And it looks like they have stopped their horses because, well, they can shoot fireballs at you.
Okay, I would like to not be a short distance away.
Okay.
I would like to be in their proverbial junk.
Okay. So you can move a short distance as your entire action, or you can attempt a difficulty 4 speed roll to take another action once you get there.
I'm the way the dice are rolling, I'm just gonna charge in quacking.
Okay.
My barbaric quack.
Over the rooftops of the world.
Back.
Okay. Fina.
Okay. So I need to roll
Difficulty 1
Yes.
magic roll, which you can do without having to roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do that. Which means you both did succeed.
Yeah.
Yep. Tick. You are spending your turn trying desperately to rip your eyes away from the agent. I need you to make me another what was that, difficulty 3 or 4? It was 3. Make me another difficulty 3 intellect defense roll, please. Excellent. Yes, so basically you've lost this round, but you'll be able to act again normally next round.
Okay.
And we are up to Zahar, and you guys are up to difficulty 2 for the ritual.
Okay. Sorry, it is after 10.
Yep.
Are we...
This is pretty much going to be it.
Okay.
I need you to make
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, sorry, my bad.
just assume I did it because I have a intellect edge of 3.
Well, okay, so it's difficulty 2. That'll bring it down to 1.
Okay.
Nice. So I will say that next round you'll get an asset on your roll for the next round. The agent is going to he is going to ride in on Tick because he recognized it, and I need you, Tick, to make me a difficulty 4 speed defense roll.
You're doing combat.
So he reaches out and he just touches you as he rides by. And you feel your soul being sucked out. You feel cold, you feel death. You feel, and not like the nice comforting death that Zahar keeps talking about. You take 4 points of speed damage.
Oh, dear Lord.
That ignores armor.
Okay.
Fortunately for you, that's all he can do.
Yay!
Zell!
Okay, I am. Let's see, I am still at range with them, so I'm going to pull out ye old crossbow.
Okay.
Line one up and shoot one.
Okay. That is a difficulty 3 attack roll. Okay. Um, yep. And then they are going to they're going to actually concentrate their fire on Howard. And we're just going to do this as one roll. Make me a difficulty 4 speed defense roll. Oh. You take 4 points of damage that ignores armor. And now it's your turn.
Okay, payback.
Okay. One of them has been shot by a crossbow. One of them has not.
Well, sensing weakness, he's going to go for the one who's been shot.
Okay. Difficulty 3 attack roll. And remember, you do have an asset from Inspire Aggression. And you have a... Oh, no, yeah, no. You get +1 to your Might Edge and Speed Edge. Do it to it.
One asset.
Well, as the motto of the snipers goes, 1 shot, 1 kill. Tell me, please, how you just completely flatten this guy.
As they're not charging anymore, he's just sort
Correct.
of
Yep.
doing his magic woo-woo stuff.
Yep.
Howard just, as he's running up, screaming, doesn't really slow down much. He grabs the guy by the ankle, yanks him off the horse, slams him into the ground, puts a webbed foot on the guy's chest, and just down comes the hammer.
Nice. Okay.
And Galger's the motherfucker.
Love it.
And stay down.
Yep. Seraphina, thankfully you are not in the splash zone. You are at a difficulty 2 magic roll,
Yep.
which your magic training will come into play here, and you have 3 intellect edge, so you can do it without rolling if you want.
Okay. Let's just do that. Let's move along. Yep. I am fiercely concentrating on getting this right.
Okay.
Okay, hey, how far away is Tick from the tree that I was digging?
I'm gonna say short distance, but in the opposite direction of.
From the opposite direction.
Yeah. So
am I still holding the pickaxe? Wait, I had the rock.
Yep.
I had the rock. I dropped the rock.
You were
I have the
comforting the
rock.
rock.
I was comforting the rock.
Um,
Now the rock needs to comfort me.
yep. I will say that uh, you were prescient enough that like basically you put it on your belt. So you don't have it at hand, but you do have the pickaxe.
Okay.
Or the pick.
And I'm a short distance away.
Yep. Rock,
Um,
rock, rock.
oh, but Hereward is there. Yeah. Tick's gonna come charging in and try to throw the rock at the dude.
Okay. Difficulty 3 speed roll. And this is a light weapon, so there is an asset to the roll, or it's eased by 1 step. Excuse me.
Okay.
And will do 2 damage if it hits.
All right, hold on. Okay. Ease by 1?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He kisses the rock right before hurling it. And he forgets to let go of it, and it winds up landing on his foot.
No, you didn't roll a 1.
Okay.
Right. Zahar, you are now at difficulty 3. You do have an asset from last round. The agent is going to attempt to bad touch Tick again. Tick, I need you to make me a difficulty 4 speed defense roll.
Uh-huh.
4 speed damage.
Okay.
Zell.
All right, not one to mess with success. I'm gonna try hitting the next guy with a bolt.
Okay. Difficulty 3.
I
Okay.
must have clicked the button early.
Nope, that's fine. Yeah, you ping him, 2 damage.
I soften him up, and hopefully Howard finishes him off.
Yep. He does get 1. He's now going to throw a fireball at you, Zell, because you've pissed him off.
I did shoot him with a bolt.
Yeah. Difficulty 3 speed defense roll, please. Okay. 1 damage, so it ignores armor. Howard. Finish him.
That's 78. So there we go.
It's smashy time. Still got that asset, right?
Yep. Difficulty 3. Might roll. Make it count, baby. Yep. Splat.
Splat.
Even go splat.
Okay, question.
Yes.
What I forgot to do
Yep.
last time
Okay.
is I forgot I have successive attack.
Okay.
So, is Pretty Boy within reach?
We'll say yes.
I, too, would like to.
Okay. That is difficulty 4. Now, this is the same action, so you've already spent your edge for the action.
Which the macro didn't actually up the edge, so I actually have one more might point. Then
Okay.
I should. So that'll difficult. All right.
You do have an XP.
I do. Let's.
There it is!
There we go.
There it is!
Nice.
Love it! Okay. So how let's see, how much damage does that do?
It's base 9.
Plus 4, 13. Tell me how you one-shot him.
Basically, in one smooth motion, he rips the second fireball guy out of the saddle and just beats the motherfucker with another motherfucker.
I love it. I love it.
Just full puny god.
Okay.
Ah.
Well, we are ostensibly out of combat, but you guys still need to finish your rolls. So, Seraphina, make me a difficulty 3. Motherfucker had 12 health and an armor of 1, and you did 13 damage. Nicely done.
There we go.
Okay. So Zahar and Seraphina both difficulty 4, please. Okay.
I am using an XP.
Good call. Much better. Or no, that's the hard.
Yeah.
Yep. Just hit the little reroll button.
Oh. There we go. There we go.
Okay. You can
Okay.
tell the ritual is reaching its crescendo. Seraphina, you and Zahar both are seeing the magic more than the actual world. The physical world has fallen away. Seraphina, you have your fire has kind of enveloped her fire and is almost grappling it. Zahar, you are reaching in with your gifts from Irashki, and you are attempting to rip the darkness off of this flame. I need you both to make me difficulty 5 intellect/magic checks. Nice!
Booyah.
Yep.
This book
All right. Zahar. Describe, please, what it looks like back in the physical world as you pull the corruption of Ishun out of the magic of this poor young girl and just shred it.
I channel whatever power that makes me the paladin of Arashki. And you see my eyes go black. Like hers are. With this ethereal, slightly reddish glow about them, but they're black, that red. And you just see me reach and pull and literally rend the dark. Again and again and again. Until it's almost like one handful of confetti. At which point I pull my scimitar, activate it, and slam it, the flat of the blade into my hand to dissipate the darkness.
Nice. Okay. As you do this, Mira collapses. Lendra catches her. The ritual is done. Mira is overwhelmed. She's grateful, but she's also frightened of what comes next. Seraphina, you have a rare opportunity here. You can give someone the guidance that you may not have received yourself. What would you like to tell her in this moment?
The path forward for you has now been cleared for you to take it in any direction that you want. I hope that you will take a similar path that I have. Use the powers of fire for good, to protect, to heal, to keep people warm and fed and comforted. But only you can choose where you stop next.
You can tell that she has really taken those words to heart. And as the camera begins to zoom out, once again, much like after the carrion market, you are left with a somewhat sobering realization that Ishun has upped the ante. He is now seeding corrupted magic, potentially throughout all of Core. He's not just raising the dead anymore, he's infiltrating the living and making unwitting weapons of them. If this was child's play to begin with, it is no longer child's play. The stakes have been raised. And that is what we're going to call tonight's episode of Echoes of the Undying. This one was called The Spreading Flame. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier. We're going to get out of here, come back to a quick after show, which will go up tomorrow night on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we do here, tell a friend. Just have fun. Just watch us. If you want to like, if you want to subscribe, if you want to comment, that's great. But, just have fun, because that's why we're doing this. So I hope that's why, you're watching it too. In the meantime, for Matt, Julie, Ray, Patrick, and ECAT, I am Trevor, the Vitruvian Meeple. See you next time.